Welcome back to my channel, Summer J. Make sure that you subscribe and let's start. This is my first video of the year of 2025, and honestly, I did record this, but my audio did not work, so we're gonna use nothing but new makeup for the start of the year. So we started off with two primers, one from NYX, and I love it because it's really hydrating, and I really wanted to try this matte primer by e.l.f., which is brand new. It really does feel like there are other primers that I've tried before, and I like it because it's matte, but I'm not really sure necessarily how it feels to be on my actual skin first. But this time around, we're just gonna mix two primers together, and then we're gonna do our eyebrows. You know, back in the day, Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade, I don't even know if it's a pomade, it's like a little pencil, and it really does act like a brow gel, but in a pencil form. And then you can go in with any product that you want on top of it. So I'm going to go in using the Made by Mitchell's brow pomades, and I use the shade Auburn because Auburn's my favorite color. I wanted to match my hair so bad, but we're not going to go too crazy. We're just going to add in a little bit of color, and then we're going to go with two foundation, one by LYS in the shade DG7, as well as a Pat McGrath foundation. Both of these give me more of a natural type of feel on the skin, and the Pat McGrath, the shade is a little bit off. I would say a little bit too golden for me, so that's why I mix my foundations together. But I like a little bit more coverage that the LYS gives me than the Pat McGrath, but both of them together looks pretty good to me. And I might look a little bit light, but to be honest, when I finish everything, you're gonna see exactly what I mean. Take your time and blend everything in, and it looks so pretty. And this Say brush, I'm in love with it, and I bought like two of them, just so you know. I feel like doing YouTube again is gonna take me a little bit more of an adjustment because I'm so used to doing shorts, especially on TikTok. But here I am trying again. I promise you next time is gonna be a lot better. Amicolay's new concealer, honestly, it's not even new. I just really wanted to try it, and I got the shade 2.5 Deep. I think it's giving me more cool than anything else, but I was like, you know what, since I already bought it, it is what it is. It's super hydrating, and I really wanted to try it so bad because all the girls are talking about it. As well as this new Huda Beauty, it's kind of like a bronzer and blush type of form. It's more buildable for darker skin tones, which I think is a pain in my ass, but I will say it does look really nice when you add like, I don't know, like 3 layers. I think 3 layers is a little excessive. So we're going in and making sure that our concealer dries down just a tad bit, which it does, even though it's a hydrating concealer. This concealer is super creamy. It goes underneath my eyes and around my nose really well. Doesn't really emphasize any lines as far as I'm concerned, and so far it's actually doing a pretty good job. I wish I had more concealer options, but I don't, clearly. But next time I'm gonna use the Amicolay's foundation stick with this concealer because my foundation is super dark, so I think it will definitely help lighten up a little bit more. You know, my girl Danessa Myers always has my back because look at this. It's super matte. Like, it is the best concealer if you like mattifying concealers, and if you're not a big fan of, you know, concealers that are super drying, this is definitely not for you. It's not drying in a sense, but it is, you know, it gives you more of a tug. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to work with it, then work against it. Then go ahead and use a beauty sponge so you can blend everything together. And then every single time you blend out your concealer, just go in with your brushes and just blend everything in seamlessly so that there's no harsh line like you see on my forehead. My favorite part of doing my face, honestly, is just blending everything in together, especially my foundation brush, because I just need to make sure that everything is blended because my face is literally a canvas. Like, you need to make sure that there's no harsh lines in between anything when it comes to the bronzer, your blush, your concealer. Everything just looks seamless and flawless. So we're gonna add some blush to it. I've been waiting so long to try this blush quad, and I'm literally obsessed with Danessa Myers and all her blushes, and this is in the shade Red Velvet. Isn't this pretty? Like the prettiest red. I'm so glad she came out with red because I was dying to get, mind you, I have like a shit ton of red, but I really wanted her red because it's Danessa Myers. And yes, this is also a soft matte blurring type of blush. If you like Huda Beauty's new blushes, you're gonna like Danessa Myers blushes as well, and it goes really well on top of powder too, as well as liquid or any type of formula that you have. Go ahead and use your favorite bronzer. I had to use this Made by Mitchell's bronzer. I haven't used this in a really long time, and this is relatively new, to be honest. So I went in. It gives you more of a neutral type of bronzer type of vibe. It is not harsh and it's not too dark, and that shade's in the shade Chocolatini. And I got this off a TikTok shop, the new blush. Well, it's not the newest one, but it's the old version of his blush book. I want to literally try all these colors on my face, but I know I'm going to look like a clown, so I'm not going to do that. But one day we're gonna try all these colors. If you can't forget about blush, definitely don't forget about your under eyes. Pat McGrath, you'll really like her powders. Even though this is a little bit expensive for how small it is, it really does give you a natural feel underneath your eye. You barely feel it. Everything stays in place, but it's kind of hard to believe that it actually stays in place because you can barely see it and or feel it. I always need a second round of setting powder, and this one's by Charlotte Tilbury. I've been using it for a while. Clearly you can see it's about to hit pan, and I got the mini size, and mind you, this is also the same price as Pat McGrath. Isn't that crazy? So I'm just gonna use it to set around my mouth, underneath my eye, around my nose, and we're gonna go in using a setting powder all over the face by Tire 28 in the darkest shade that they have. Okay, so don't be mad at me. It's a good setting powder to put all over your face, but mind you, I always use 2 setting powders so I can make sure that everything stays in place so I don't have to use an actual setting spray for my face. And this is the most prettiest highlighter by ColourPop ever, and I'm really into the white highlighters now because look at it, you can actually see it. It's so cute. And then Rare Beauty too on top, it just adds that oomph to it. I like that button nose that I get when it comes to my foundations. I'm literally obsessed. I love highlighters. I used to hate highlighters, but I love highlighters now. NYX came out with a new lip plumper type of lip liner. Honestly, it works. It works. I can only imagine just putting this on my whole entire lips, as well as their other lip glosses that match this brand. This is too much, but it is very beautiful too for a really decent price, like $8. And I'm going in trying to figure out like what lip combo I should do. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with lip gloss. It's too cold outside to be having dry ass lips, so we're just gonna go with this lip gloss and finish this look. If you really enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, because next video we're gonna do our eyes along with this look using a new palette by Makeup by Mario. Have a great day, you guys, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.